Hello everyone. Today our motivational topic is God's plan and purpose for your life. The question, what is God's plan for my life, has probably crossed your mind more times than you can count. It certainly has mine. I spent years helping others find their purpose while secretly feelings like I was fumbling around in the dark myself. The irony was not lost on me. But here, what I have learned from that God's plan is not some hidden treasure map you have to decode perfectly or miss out forever. It's more like a relationship, one that unfolds as you show up, one uncertain step at a time. I'm sharing here have become not because they give easy answers, but because they remind me that purpose is not something I have to manufacture on my own. Have you ever felt lost, wondering if your life has a greater purpose? I remember sitting in my office one evening, surrounded by papers and plans, yet feeling completely directionless. That's when I turned to scripture and I discovered something remarkable. God doesn't just have a vague idea for our lives, He has a specific, purposeful plan for each of us in those moments of uncertainty. Powerful verses that remind us of God's intentional design for our lives. These scriptures are not just ancient words, they are living promises that can transform how we view our path forward. The foundation of finding our purpose starts with understanding God's sovereignty. Beautiful declares, "For I know the plans I have for you," reminding us that our lives are intricately woven into His divine design. When we recognize these profound truths, we can begin to see the purpose of life explained in the context of His greater plan for us. This understanding changes everything. It allows us to navigate our challenges and opportunities with confidence, knowing that each step we take is part of a larger journey crafted by our Creator. Scripture reassures us that our lives are not left to chance, but are carefully woven into a divine plan that spans eternity. By reflecting on other verses about finding purpose, we can gain deeper insights into our unique paths and this role we are meant to play in God's greater story. This truth brings peace and motivation when we seek to fulfill our calling. We are reassured that we are not just drifting through life without direction. Embracing God's plan allows us to feel secure in our journey, knowing that finding your purpose in life is intricately woven into these greater design for us. When we align our hearts with His will, we can discover the unique gifts and paths that lead us toward fulfillment and meaning. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. This verse is not just a feel good quote for greeting cards, it's a profound statement about God's intimate involvement in our lives. When I counsel people struggling with directions, I often share how this verse transformed my own perspective during a particularly challenging career transitions. But God's plan goes even deeper than our individual lives, reminds us that we are predestined according to the purpose of Him who works all things according to the counsel of His will. Every detail fits. Your story matters to Him. Sometimes we can feel like we are just drifting through life, but Scripture assures us that God has called each of us for something specific. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days uh, ordained for me were written in your book before one of them come to me. This reminds us that our lives have purpose and direction even when we may not see it. In moments of uncertainty, it can be helpful to explore how to reconnect with emotions, allowing us to discern the unique path that God is guiding us on and to embrace the fulfilling journey ahead. Take time to reflect on your passions and values. They can illuminate your calling. These words reveals the intentionally behind God's plan for each of us. It's like a master architect who designed every details of a building before construction begins. Your life is not random. It's purposeful designed. One of the most challenging aspects of the following God's plan, trust during uncertain times. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. I have seen these truths play out countless times in my life, in my own life, and in the lives of others also. When we surrender our need to understand everything and trust God's guidance, paths that seemed impossible often open up before us. It happens more than you had expect. Sometimes life circumstances can make us question God's plan. I get it. During these times, provides profound comfort, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. This doesn't mean everything that happens is good, not at all, but God can work through any situations to fulfill His purpose in our lives. He have witnessed these personally through seasons of loss and disappointment that later revealed unexpected blessings and growth. Blessings I never could have anticipated when I was in the middle of the pain. Understanding God's plan is not just about passive acceptance, it requires action, participations. For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill His good purpose. This means we partner with God in fulfilling His purpose like a dance. He leads, but we must follow His steps. And sometimes following means stepping out in faith when He calls, even if the path ahead is not completely clear. When we align our lives with God's purpose, we discover a peace and fulfillment that transcends circumstances. These scriptures are not just words on a page, they are promises we can build our lives upon. Reminder or remember God's plan for your life is both personal and purposeful. In those moments when you feel lost or uncertain, return to these verses as anchors for your soul. They remind you that you are not walking this path alone. You are walking it with a God who has lovely designed every step of your journey. As you navigate the challenges and joys that come your way, hold on to the truth that each twist and turn has significance in the grand tapestry of your life. Seek out purpose driven life quotes that resonate with your experiences and inspire you to stay focused on your unique calling. Trust that even in the waiting period, God is crafting your story. He is equipping you for the future He has envisioned for you. What steps might God be asking you to take today to in pursuit of His purpose for your life? Take a moment to reflect of these verses and listen for His gentle guidance. Your next step of faith might be beginning of discovering the amazing plan He has for you. So believing in God and trusting God and be happy in your life. And thanks for watching my videos. If you like my videos, please subscribe and share it. Thanks again and have a good day, my dear friend.